About 1,500 miles northeast of world-famous Rio de Janeiro, in the far east corner of Brazil, lies the sleepy city of Natal. The residents here live quiet, simple lives, and growing up, Jadson Andre's family was one of them. He arrived in the world as an unplanned gift to a pair of teenagers who met 10 months earlier. Mom was 14, Dad just 15.
Bom, depois que a gente viu ele, aí a filha da gente parou, né?
While his parents struggled to make ends meet, Jadson, like most kids in the area, grew up playing outside. His dad, an avid soccer player, had high hopes for Jadson to follow in his footsteps. But those plans were sidetracked by Jadson's uncle, who introduced him to surfing.
And I fell in love with surfing. That you don't want to play soccer anymore. I just want to surf.
What seemed like a harmless act became a full-blown family crisis as Jadson fell hard.
Não tinha muito valor e a maioria do povo dizia que quem surfava usava droga, essas coisas. Eu fiquei com medo.
Que não era, eu principalmente entendi que não era por aí. Mas a briga era grande, né? Entre pai e mãe, assim, porque não queria, eu levava escondido na época, né?
My dad used to say that my uncle destroyed my future when I started to surf.
At 11, Jadson learned about local surf contests and went to work right away, earning money for the entry fees.
If you catch 63 empty beer, where I live, they pay $1.50 for the 63 beer, so that's what I did for work.
A year later, Oakley offered 12-year-old Jadson a contract worth more per month than his parents made in a year. But to join the training program, he had to move 1,000 miles away, leaving his family behind.
Eu entrego a ele a Deus. Deus toma de conta do meu filho, né? Porque Jesus pode tomar de conta dele, né?
It wasn't easy for me. It was like the hardest thing because I had to leave my parents. I had to leave my simple little town to live in Brazil bigger city. So I had to take care of myself.
But the move paid off. Jadson enjoyed a stellar junior career and then blitzed his way through the qualifying series using a flashy, aerial-centric approach.
Coils up for the rotation out the back. Tail high punt, lands this one.
Jadson's world stage arrival came in 2010, when as a rookie, serving in just his third event, ushered in a high-altitude move that up until then had rarely been seen in competition.
He had a really sick rail grab, inverted air reverse.
The move propelled Jadson to a huge win over Kelly Slater in the final, launching him into the global spotlight. While he would go on to take his move around the world and impress fans, over time, the judges' affinity for it began to wane.
And the judges just let it be known, like, we're done with that maneuver. For whatever reason, you're trying to do the same thing every wave. We're going to start giving you fives where we were giving you 8 fives before.
He kind of got lost somewhere in there, you know. After that, he struggled a little.
In the long run, it's probably been good for him because it's pushed him to have to evolve the rest of his surfing.
Despite his ranking struggles, Jadson became one of the most magnetic personalities on tour, thanks to his depth of character and loads of charisma.
Everyone respects Jadson because he treats everyone the same way, in the water, out of the water.
Jadson is the funniest person. Like, when he gets to a place, you see the energy. You see, like, people smiling and calling, "Hey, Jaddy!"
Over the years, Jadson's proven he's got much more than an air game, but surviving has never been easy. He's being dogged by injuries, sponsorship shortfalls, and the stress of requalification.
I'm the person in my life who take care of the whole family, and I have like 9 guys that depends on me.
A worse result for Jadson Andre. So Jadson down at 30th on the Jeep leaderboard.
In 2016, the situation looked dire. Jadson had been surfing on an injured knee the entire season. But with Bede Durbridge and Owen Wright already having a lock on the only 2 injury wildcards for 2017, he had no choice but to surf.
I felt like I had all the hard moments with the ankle injury, with the knee injury, with thoughts that I had, like if I didn't make the tour, how bad I was going to be with money.
By October, he was in a desperate situation, with his shots of qualifying through the CT gone.
In Portugal, that hit in Route 3 hurts me a lot. I felt really bad. I cried for hours.
His last shot at survival was making a late run up the qualifying series rankings, where he'd have to climb more than 40 spots in the final 6 weeks of the season.
When you have your family in life, you find like power that you cannot explain.
Back in Brazil, Jadson's mad dash up the QS ladder began, with a runner-up finish at the Hang Loose Pro. In the very next event at Haleiwa, he backed it up with a gritty run to the semifinals.
You're in the semifinals of the Hawaiian Pro and you need a result and you're making it happen.
One more hit to be in the final, it's a dream.
With his career on the line, he headed into the last event of the season at Sunset Beach.
And I never had a good result at Sunset ever, not even a good hit.
This is big for Jaddy, and you're not going to see anyone in the surf world that wears his emotions on his sleeve more than that man on your screen right there, Jadson.
Jadson, up and riding.
Jadson Andre, such a scrapper. He's always up for the fight.
He's not one to give up, that's for sure.
Needing to improve his position straight up the lip, free falls, surfing on the edge of disaster and making it.
I remember we were at the house with like 8 or 9 Brazilians, and every single turn was like a soccer goal, you know, so we were going like, yeah, yeah, and then when he finished the last turn, we were just going like, yeah, Jaddy got the score.
Again, an incredible stunner of a finish for Jadson Andre, who's desperate in his pursuit towards requalification. He gets yet another shot.
Dude, congratulations.
Well, that day was by far like the most important, like the happiest day of my life.
Cara, eu acho que tudo vem no seu devido, na sua devida hora certa, né?
Today, Jadson Andre is back on tour, still fighting like he always has for something much bigger than himself.
Bang! Beautiful surfing right there out of Jadson Andre.
And just bashing away at this wave.
Hucks that front side, air reverse, tweaks out.
Well, Jadson Andre off to a good start, that's for sure.
Jadson's he's a person that he deserves everything he has. Failure is not really a word on his mind.
And everyone gotta respect a guy like that, you know. I'm pretty proud of him. It's different times and happier times for sure.
Eu digo a ele, cara, e aonde ele estiver, a família tá do lado, que amamos muito. Amamos muito ele.